Hello folks, welcome to the canal Channel Jose. Today I'm going to show you a tip on how to use AAA batteries instead of two AA. Hello folks, welcome to the canal Channel Jose. Today I'm going to show you how to use AAA batteries on spaces that are AA's are being used. So if you don't have a AA battery and your equipment, your toys, electronics like a mouse takes a AA, but you don't have AA batteries at your house and you need it right away, but you have AAA batteries, and I'm going to show you a trick on how to use those batteries, because what it is that both batteries use 1.5 volt. They provide 1.5 volt, but the sizes are different. So I'm going to show you on how to use AAA batteries instead of AA batteries when you don't have AA batteries at home. And for that, all we're going to use is aluminum foil, and then I'm going to show you how to do that. We have a AA battery here and a AAA battery here, and we can see the size are different. This is skinnier, this is shorter too. But the thing is that these two batteries provide 1.5 volt, 1.5 volt. This has more power, time power, and this one has less, but they both provide 1.5 volt. So what we're gonna be using is that when you don't have a AA battery and you need to replace a AA battery, you can use a AAA battery instead, but we have somehow make it fit because it's smaller. And for that, we're gonna be using aluminum foil for that purpose. And I'm gonna show you how to do that. So for example, we have this mouse, and then this takes a AA battery. So what we do is we put the AA battery, if it's right in there, and I'm gonna show you that this is a AA battery. AA battery, 1.5 volt. So we're gonna put it in there. And now we're gonna turn it on, and we can see the light comes on. So now we have this mouse ready to go. So, but what about if you don't have a AA battery? Well, you use a AAA battery, but for that, you can do that. This is where the foil paper comes in. You get your foil paper, and then all you do is you just gotta get a small piece. You get that, and this is good enough. So we got this much paper. So we fold it. This is really fine foil paper. So we fold it in a couple times. And depends on the thickness of the foil paper is what we're gonna do is make a spacer so that the battery and the one end of the battery touches, so it closes the circuit. We're making a spacer. That's what we're making. So gonna cut that in. So what we do now that it is skinny, we fold it a couple times. Now we cut it. Now we have this little square. It's like a shim now. So what we do is we fit our AAA battery, and that end will be the spring. As we can see, we can push into it. As you can see, I can push into it. So now what we do is we fit this on the other end of the battery. So the spring will react as a shock absorber, and that will force the battery to push in this way against this other terminal. So now what we do is we turn this around. We're gonna turn it on. And as we can see, it turns on. So this mouse uses a 1.5 battery, and both of these provide 1.5 volt power. So all we're doing is that we're using our spacer to fill in the gap, so we can use our 1.5 AAA battery instead of a AA battery. So now what we do is we take this out, take our spacer out, and we grab our AA battery. And we have turned it off, and then we're gonna turn it on. The light comes on again. So we're using a AAA battery instead of a AA battery with the spacer. That's for emergency purpose, or if you got too many AAA batteries, you can start using them this way. And what about if you got a toy like this that takes AA batteries like these? And then I'm gonna show you that this toy works just fine with the AA's, and now we're gonna switch it to AAA batteries. So we got the AA batteries in there, and we see this fire truck toy works just fine with the AA batteries. So we're gonna take them out, and now we're gonna fit them with AAA batteries. But here's the thing, they're loose, right? They don't fit right. See, they're not touching either end. So this is where the AAA batteries needs this aluminum fitting, this spacer. And what does the aluminum does, it passes the power through, so it helps us a connector to connect the one end of the battery to the little power receiver. We put this other one here. So now we have the aluminum right between each end of the battery, so now the batteries don't move around. And now we're gonna turn it around. The AAA batteries with the spacer, aluminum foil spacer, and see, and it works just fine with the AA's as with the AA's. Remember, folks, the AAA and AA batteries, they both provide a 1.5 volt supply of power. So in case you don't have the AA's and you got AAA's, you can use the AAA's. All you need is some aluminum foil, and you just need to make them into a little squares, or so they fit right between the battery and the other end that is not touching. So that will make the power to actually follow or flow through. So for toys or for electronics, you can just swap them, put the AAA's in there, and they'll work just fine. So no issues. So the aluminum is just a spacer, and it'll provide it'll be providing the power. It'll flow through. Well, folks, I hope you have enjoyed this video and find this useful, and so that way you don't spend money in case you got AAA batteries at home. So that way you start using those on the toys or other stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here on el canal del Chano Jose.